Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. So my goal today is going to be to see if I can get more than 9 wins in the arena. Now we've got all good choices here. Thinking one I haven't played for a fair while is Rogue, which is mostly because I've gotten 9 wins with the Rogue, but let's see if that means I could have gone further. It likes to start me out with a bad rare. Now, actually, these guys are fine, but they're not very exciting rares. I think I like the Priestess better. This is a rogue deck. She's inexpensive. I can use her for combo stuff. This stupid Watcher is useless unless you silence him or something. This I find to be a horrible card. Yes, it's cheap, but it's not that big a damage for one card, and it's only to the enemy hero, so you get no board control at all. This, however, is pretty cool. You can sometimes kill 2 things. Usually you can use it to kill 1. This is tough, right? Because removal pretty much always, it usually wins. Backstab is removal. Backstab will kill things, right? But Defias Ringleaders are really strong. You get 4 power and 3 toughness for 2 mana. Unless you actually play him sort of second turn. And even then, if you have the coin, that counts for him. I think I'm actually going to take him for the crazy start sort of potential. She's really, the Bluegill is pretty good. He's not that exciting, but his charge makes him good. I'm going to take the Bloodsail Raider because I like her. I like 2/3 for 2 as good stats, and she's almost always going to have at least 1 more power just from my basic rogue power, the dagger I get from that. Now, do I take the Assassin's Blade? Assassin's Blade does a bunch more damage. It is also kind of expensive, and you're still taking a lot of damage to the face. I think it may be a mistake, but I'm going to take the Acolyte of Pain for more card drawing instead. I want to draw more cards for these guys, but I really want to take him, and I probably should. But Shiv lets me potentially finish something off and draw a card. So I'm going to take the Shiv. May have been a mistake. I'm definitely taking Assassinate, because that'll save my butt at some point. Out of these guys, I'm not taking Murlocs. I haven't had Shield Masters for a while. Shield Master is pretty darn good. This is tough, right? I have nothing fat yet, so the Ogre would be nice. Deadly Poison I've found is really good. It's very inexpensive, and it bumps up your basic rogue weapon to be a 3 damage weapon instead of 1. It also combos well with the Bloodsail Raiders, and it combos well with combo, because this only costs 1, although you do have to have a weapon out. So it either costs you 3, or if you already had a weapon out, it only costs you 1. This is really good for killing things too. I think I'm going to go with the Deadly Poison. Hard choices are better than... if the hard choices are between good things, then I can't complain. So, Violet Teacher... It's actually probably pretty good. I'm going to have a lot of, spells in here, but Knife Juggler always wins. Knife Juggler, boy is it hard to beat out the Knife Juggler in my eyes. So we've got an Epic here, it looks like. Now he's a 5/3 for 6, and he can return a minion from either player to the owner's hand. But that's only a combo ability, so you have to have played something else first in the turn. And he costs 6, and you only get a 5/3. But yeah, bouncing an opponent minion, it can be very good. It also can backfire, because you don't know what you're bouncing. Now, this guy... Ew. No, he's really bad. I hate him. He's so bad he's loathsome to me. And then Preparation... It does trigger combo, so it's sort of good in that way. Like, this plus him would be cool. But... yeah. I guess it is like a super innervate. I just don't like him very much. Although, he's okay. I don't like him at all. I think he's, easily the worst giant. I think he's kind of garbage, whereas the other two are both useful. Molten Giants are the best. I think I'm actually going to take the Preparation. I don't like it because it's negative card advantage, right? That's one card that sort of does nothing. Like, it doesn't itself influence the board. But, yeah. He's okay with my weapon stuff. Upper Gnome's pretty solid for Rush Beatdown. I don't know if I'm going to have Rush Beatdown in this, but Eviscerate is amazing. Great damage, direct damage. I don't have anything fat yet at all, so the Ventricle Mercenary is really tempting, but on the other hand, Deadly Poison is really good. I'm getting more and more things that combo with it, right? It goes with the Bloodsail Raider, and it goes with anything combo. You know what? I don't have anything fat. I'm going to take the Ventricle Mercenary. Also, there's the potential to get a God draw, which would be I go second, right? I get 1 mana plus Preparation, Coin, Ventricle Mercenary. That's a big middle finger to the other player. So yeah, we'll try that. So this is interesting. Again, not a big fan of the Harpy. If I had a Paladin or something, I would probably give her more respect, right? If I had ways to boost her significantly. Because if I had like a Blessing of Might on her, suddenly she just kills your opponent in one turn, stuff like that. But on her own merits, I still don't like her that much. Fairy Dragon is a very solid 2-cost creature. Vanish is interesting. Vanish is a board-clearing card, which you don't get a lot of. Now, it doesn't kill them. If your opponent had that much more stuff than you, they're still going to have more stuff, but it depends how long it takes them to cast. They might lose their buffs and stuff like that, and I might get to trigger my combo effects again and stuff like that. My opponent might have just as much battle cry as me. I'm going to take the Vanish because it's an emergency button, and I didn't like the other cards that much. He's kind of solid and fat. It's also kind of expensive. Again, he's not my favorite. Like, he's kind of expensive for a 5/5, although freezing something for 1 turn is a pretty darn good battle cry. I don't have that many I've got a reasonable number of 2-cost creatures, actually. I'm going to need card drawing in here. I've got sort of +1 for the Shiv, -1 for the Preparation. That's the way I'm looking at it. So I basically have no card. Oh no, I've got another +1.5 for him. That's good. I don't know. Amani Berserker is really good. I really like him. I don't have anything in here that's going to combo with him, except I could Shiv him, I guess. But take him or the Elemental. I think I'm actually going to take the Elemental because I don't have that much like strong late game stuff. Boy, am I getting more like early game stuff. Now, here's the question: do I take the Direwolf Alpha, which is good if I have multiple creatures out and he's cheap, or the Crusader? She's good against a variety of different things. I'm thinking maybe I should be taking her. I'm going to have a lot of spells in here. I think a lot of my creatures are going to die. And I've got an epic now. Like a legend, I mean. So you got Alexstrasza, who can heal me to 15 or nuke my opponent down to 15. If my opponent's above 15 by the 9th turn, something's going horribly wrong, and this probably isn't going to do that much. I don't really see that as the best ability. Then there's Onyxia, which I don't even remember. Oh, you summon whelps until your side of the field is full. It's a bunch of 1/1s, and your 9-cost 8/8. I'm going to take Hogger. I was looking at like legendaries today, trying to figure out what I'm going to save up dust for, and he's on my list that I might actually buy if I get up to 1600 dust. You pay 6, you get a 4/4 and a 2/2 with taunt, because that happens at the end of your turn. So that's already, he's like a better version of that Knight and Squire thing, right? He costs 1 more, but his little Squire has taunt, and if he survives, if your opponent can't blow him up, which takes some effort because he's a 4/4, he's going to make another 2/2 with taunt every turn. He's pretty sweet. None of these are like the epic, like Ultra Win sort of things, but Hogger is very strong, so I'm going to take him. Sap, which I don't like. Vanish, which I already have one. I need the card drawing. This is really sad, but I think I'm going to have to take the Gnomish Adventure. I don't really want to have a ton of Vanishes in here. It's really emergency. Now, the Ancient Brewmaster might be interesting, especially since these guys are weak. So, yeah. Battle Cries. More crazy... Oh, no, this is standard. Like, I thought they were epic. This is, I guess, just rares. Which is fine. The blue and the purple look the same to me. If you put them side by side, like, these particular ones are so bad that if you put them side by side, even then I might not be able to tell the difference. So this is a weird choice, though, because we've got the Mountain Giant I don't like, the Kidnapper, who I acknowledge he does, like, something strong, but I find him overcosted. And then the Blood Knight, who is definitely not overcosted. He's a 3/3 for 3. He's fine. He has a really random ability that will hose some people a very small percentage of the time and will usually do nothing. But... So, do I take the Kidnapper or the Blood Knight? And the Kidnapper does something strong, but I have to have cast something else the same turn. And say I, like, do a crazy preparation into third turn Kidnapper, he's still fragile with his 3 toughness, and how good an enemy minion is he going to return to his hand? I mean, you can return a friendly one too, it's nice that he's flexible, it's very cool, but I don't like him that much. I'm just going to take a 3/3 for 3. With no abilities as far as I'm concerned. If it ever kicks in, hooray! I already had a very similar choice to this, but Flesh-Eating Ghoul looks much stronger to me. I've been run over by some ugly Flesh-Eating Ghouls. I mean, they're all ugly, but you know what I mean. I'm not too happy with the stuff I'm getting here overall. Darkscale Healer, you're actually okay. You're the one that's not bad. 2 health to all friendly characters, including the hero. And you only cost 1 more than a Yeti. So, okay, that's not bad. Nightblade costs 1 more than a Yeti. It's actually weaker and just does 3 damage to the hero. It's just help the board. I could get another Acolyte of Pain. I don't know. You can have too many of these guys. Like, it's tough because he can draw you 2 cards often. But you kind of have to have a little control over the board. Often he just gets killed right away, which still 8 your opponent's attack and gives you a card back, but he's slowing down your play that way. I think I'm going to take the Darkscale Healer. I need more things that are of a decent size. That's what I feel like. I don't like you as much as I used to, and I just picked some more big things. This is a weird card, but Betrayal is solid. Betrayal will kill creatures, that's what I need. You're not as strong as you used to be. These guys are all very good. I don't know what I want out of them. I think I'm actually going... I don't think I'm going to take the Corsair. He's not doing enough for me. The +1/+1 is very good. The Abusive Sergeant is very inexpensive, and he works well with the Brewmaster and the Vanish and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't have that many 1-cost things. I have lots of 2-cost things, but he helps trigger combo stuff, which I also don't have that much of, so I don't know why I'm worried. But no, I'm going to take the Abusive Sergeant. He's pretty strong. I guess I'm going to take another Shield Master. Yeah, I know I have spells. The spell damage would be nice, but that guy's so expensive. He's trying to give me another Stormwind Champion, or Booty Bay Bodyguard. I don't feel like I'm going to have that many creatures here. I'm actually ending up with kind of a slowish rogue deck. And not that much killing stuff. Oh, I'm going to be in trouble. I think I'm going to take the Bodyguard. I don't think I want to have... Stormwind Champion is just a little too expensive for my taste right now. Get an Ogre Magi. I don't have that many things he boosts, right? Betrayal does damage, but it doesn't actually count spell damage. Which is really annoying, actually, when you have a bunch of them, but that's the fact. I really just have Shiv and 1 Shiv, 1 Eviscerate. That's all I have that takes advantage of that. On the other hand, 4/4 for 4, he's still fine. We can get the Wolf Rider, which, since I don't have enough cards that kill things, I'm thinking I'm going to need the Wolf Rider to help kill things. Boulder Fist. only costs 6 and he's a 6/7. That's... My expensive guys aren't all the best, but there is a reasonable... Like, there's some chance that I could get crazy preparation things if I get lucky. On the other hand, the Bluegill Warrior will always do me pretty good stead. But, you know, I'm feeling like... I'm feeling my deck is weak overall, and if my deck's weak overall, then I just want to get more, like, fat stuff that will help me pull it out. Like, if I can just draw a fatter card every turn than my opponent. I'm going to take the Ironbeak Owl, because I don't have a lot of silence. I could have had 3 Mountain Giants. They would all suck, but I could have had 3 of them. We got the stupid Hungry Crab, which, yeah, he can... If your opponent has a Murloc, you can blow it up, and he becomes a 3/4 for 1. Which is kind of crazy. Or I could get the Pirate Captain. He's a 3/3 for 3, and I have at least one other pirate. So, yeah. So, yay, combo! It's not really a combo, he's just a 3/3 for 3. So would I rather have another 3/3 for 3, or the Crab, which could theoretically, under weird circumstances, hose my opponent and become huge? He is a 1/2. He's cheap. I don't know. I'm just gonna take him for the WTF factor. If my opponent ever plays a Murloc and I blow him up with that, it'd be pretty funny. Although again, if the person is trying to go Murlocs in Arena, they've made a mistake. Now there are certain Murlocs that are still worth playing, like the Bluegill or the 2/1 for 2 who summons a 1/1 when he comes into play. That guy is very good.
Valir versus Malfurion.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this deck. This doesn't feel like a 12 wins deck. Aside from Hogger. Yeah. Holy slow hand, Batman. This deck has a lot of, like, 2-cost stuff. Okay. There's something, but... I am going second. I do have the coin. So hooray.
You shall not pass.
Right. Now, do I want to coin out the Knife Juggler? It means I can't use the coin for combos. Again, this is one of the only combos in here. If I coin out the Knife Juggler, the next turn I can spend 2 mana on a dagger. I'm going to try it. Druid probably has a Wrath or something, but this guy's not helping kill him. So this is one of the best chances the Knife Juggler is going to get to survive. Although it's funny that I don't have a creature to play next turn to use his ability. Really? I can understand hating the Knife Juggler that much. I really can, but... Buddy, I think you're doing it wrong. So, I could just use the dagger, kill that, him, and hit it for 3 with the Knife Juggler. I could also play the Abusive Sergeant, who might do 1 damage to that, but he might not. On the other hand, he'd be giving +2 to this, so he'd kill it anyway. So he might do an extra damage to him, and I would have a guy out. But the other way, I would have a dagger. I think I'm just going to use the dagger.
Here we go.
Even though it looks like my opponent is going to claw this guy again to get rid of him. Which, if he does, is fine, because that's basically taking his whole next turn. Now, maybe he was just softening him up for a Wrath, so he could draw a card with the Wrath. No, he's going all out with the Kung Fu. Unlike my Rogue Power, he does get armor for it, so he only took 4 damage instead of 6, but still. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm playing her.
For the crusade! Here we go.
If he tries to Kung Fu her to death, he's making a big mistake. As we've seen previously, it's a good way to end up taking like 9 damage. I'm pretty sure that's not his plan. We're gonna find out what his plan is. But I like that she's a good play for that turn, with my opponent having nothing in play, is he'd be hard-pressed to just kill her. Okay, he's got the Super Turtle. He's not a hunter, so it's harder for him to just get... Well, they're druid spells. There are lots of spells they have that can give it taunt, actually. So it could become a problem. I think mostly, though, I'm just going to want to beat the pulp out of my opponent. like, really hard.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Maybe a waste to use that for direct damage to the player when I could be using it for removal. Or actually, I could use that to mostly kill the Snapjaw, but then she would lose her bubble, and could maybe kill her. I think I'm just going to go offensive, because this guy's not stopping me, that's for sure. He's probably going to give this +4 health and taunt next turn, and then I'll regret this, but whatever. Big things how they come. Actually, if he Starfalls and kills everything, I'm going to be unhappy. No, okay. I'm a Fen Creeper. So we can kill something with this. He took out the bubble instead of killing something? That seems like a mistake, but okay. So Eviscerate, if I play any other card first, will do 4 damage to this guy, which means he can be taken out by one of my little 2/1s. So I think I'm going to be trading her for the turtle then, because I can shiv this, draw a card. Ooh, Betrayal's nice. I can't do that and the Eviscerate with this turn, though. Do I leave the turtle alive? I don't know. I think I have to eviscerate this thing. That was the plan. Betrayal was tempting. But I'll probably have another chance for it at some point. Yeah. I was thinking of trading the 3/1 for his turtle there, but actually, if he kills one of these guys, then I can just take the 2 damage and kill him with my dagger. That is totally fine. Aww. Why did you put Moonfire in your deck? Unless you have a lot of spell power, I find that questionable. You know, he's playing with her too, so he makes lots of decisions I find questionable. You're a bad card. You're a bad card. Everything's a bad card. Yeah, everybody's okay. Innervated so he could Kung Fu me. Oh. Yeah, okay. Well, he established board control. Good for him. How do I want to do this? Betrayal could do 2 damage to her, or kill it. It's kind of excessive to kill it, though. If I use it to do 2 damage to her, and then I throw out a Wolf Rider, I can kill her, and what do I get for it? I get to take 2 damage. Now, I'm way, way ahead, so that's okay. It's hard for me to do 2 useful things in this turn, though. So I play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul, and then I play the Wolf Rider and trade for the turtle. The Ghoul becomes a 4/3. That is actually big enough to kill her. Okay, that works out fine. I'll just do that. Actually, that seems like a stupid waste. I probably shouldn't have done that. I guess I'm committed now. I don't think that was actually a very good play. All the other plays worked out badly, though. But yeah, I probably should have just played him instead. I could have found a better place to take advantage of this guy. Or my opponent, who's at 16 health, could ignore him. You do that. Okay. So anyway, now I can Betrayal and play this. How much good does Betrayal do me? Not quite... Well, no, she will kill him with Betrayal. So yeah, that's fine. I was looking at it the other way. they're not properly fighting each other. She just does this damage. Yeah.
Get behind me.
So, not to commit Murphy's Law suicide, but it does feel like my very first opponent here is, I'm sorry to say, not like a powerhouse.
Got the beast in my sight.
Well, that was a good move.
What does the future hold?
He plays so many cards that I would almost never take. You can't say absolutely never, because it really depends, like, what are the other two cards, but so many cards that I do not find to be good at all.
What you looking at?
And I think I'm going to save her and play her next turn when she'd be bigger. I'm just going to, for now, get the weapon and keep piling on the damage, because he is very low. When they put up an armor and you're like, oh, I only knocked off armor, I didn't hit his real hit points, you're thinking wrong. Armor is hit points. It doesn't matter whether, if he has 6 armor and it feels like your attack's doing nothing. No, those were just 6 more hit points. If you knock him off, it's the same thing as doing that real damage to him. So if something says they gain 1 armor, just think of it as health. The only exception being that warrior card. This is going to hurt a little, but you have no taunt, buddy. What is your plan to not die? You're very low. I might not be able to kill him, but it's going to be close. Oh, I got Hogger, too. Sweet. That gives me 1 taunt. Now, that's not actually going to stop that much of his army, and he can hit me for a ton. I hate to do this, but I might actually have to start killing his guys. Seems like such a waste.
So many options.
Yeah. Such a waste. If I kill this, my guy will only have 5 toughness. He would lose against that. But Hogger's, like, 2/2 taunt guy should mess up his plans a little bit. You don't need to do that much damage. Like, this would half kill him, but then I'd be taking 8, 14 damage at least. Minus, like, 2 as this guy kills Hogger's taunt. It's not going to work out right. So I do have to kill something. I choose to kill this guy because he does as much damage as him, but does less damage back to my ogre. Let's hog it up. And I'm going to play the Acolyte of Pain here just for some insurance. I should probably be playing hers because she has does more damage, more likely to kill my opponent, but I'm hedging here in probably the worst imaginable way. So, how is this going to go horribly wrong for me? He could trade this guy for that.
My shield for Argus.
Pretty good deal for me. Okay, that's unfortunate. Because now he can go splat, splat, or he might kill the ogre instead. It's tempting. Like, this is a tough choice. I should have played her instead, because she could have killed him. Although he can kill the super big game hunter now. Okay, this is not going very well all of a sudden. I think I screwed up. Alright, well, see what I get from that. Step 1. Taunt might help, but am I going to have to trade Hogger for him? Because then I'm not going to get an extra taunt guy. Ah, very frustrating. Problem is, if I don't trade Hogger for him, my opponent can get through. Well, I'll have 2 taunt things out, so you'd have to use. And both of these guys, they can't kill him very easily. Alright, it's risky, but I'm going to leave him alive for a sec here. It's really risky.
Tastingo! Yeah.
It marks the spot.
See how this goes. This is a good card. That's helping a lot. This guy too. You got a couple of super rares. After all those bad cards, he starts coming at me with like the power stuff. Oh, that's not good. Now he's gonna get a 2/2 every time one of them dies. Very interesting card though. I'm not sure how much that changes the equation here. Step 1 is like, can he kill me? No. Not even close, unless he's got something really amazing in his hand. If he had Starfall, or whichever one can do 2 damage to all my creatures, that would go a long way. Because it would do 3 with him, and that would leave Hogger and this guy, but then this guy'd be able to take out the taunt, and he could hit me for 11. A lot. He's willing to take 3 to the face for that, which again, like if it results in him winning, it's the right decision. Killing Hog, he traded for Hogger there. He does get a 2/2, but wow. I don't know if those were the right choices for him. I do know that this was a good draw. None of those are Murlocs, because there's a piece of crap. He's at 10. It's so low. I'm going to have to take some damage and take out one of these guys, even though it makes more 2/2s. Does 10, 13 damage. Well, he gets back some of the damage in the form of 2/2s, so maybe that's not so great. I can hit him for 4, and he'd hit me back for 10, 13, which is pretty fatal, but not quite fatal. And he might have to deal with my creatures. I don't know, I think I'm going to lose this one at this point, though, because the stuff I have in my hand is garbage. I think I'm going to go for the kill. I think he's not killing me this turn. I could be way off, but killing the guys who are tree-inted is not actually going to improve my position. I guess the question is, does she kill that, or do I go for the kill? If she kills that, I'm only doing 1 damage to him, so my position hasn't improved at all, really. I would be taking 2 less damage, which I don't know if that buys me another turn, even. And it would make her a lot easier to kill, but that doesn't matter, because she's already fragile. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do that.
Here we go.
It's probably a big mistake. I'm taking at least 11. It should be harder for him to want to do 17 damage this turn. Again, killing these 2 doesn't help my situation much. He only loses 1 or 2 attack. Ah, okay. He wins. I guess I should have killed that because it would have lost 1 spell power as well. But he still has the... Damn it! He had so many bad cards, but he still beat me because, you know what? I have a bunch of bad cards. I just like it's just mine are like bad rares. Another auspicious start. And I was semi-trash talking and lost all kinds of good stuff. Well, we'll see how much further I can go next time. If you enjoyed this, please activate the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.